All right, so here is my planted tank. I got some mystery snails floating. I just picked those up, and they're almost done acclimating. They've just been temperature acclimating for about an hour, and I think I'm just going to do the plop and drop method. And then on the right up there, I do have some coral moss. It came in the mail last night actually, and I didn't have time to get it going last night, so I just kind of threw it in there and we'll plant it here shortly. So right now I am just going to, I think before I put in the mystery snails, I'm going to clean the front of the glass because there is some algae. And I have noticed quite a bit more algae going, and I don't know, I mean, I didn't have it on a timer, which, you know, kind of dumb, but so I just got a timer, and hopefully that'll help with the algae, and then with the snails, hopefully that'll help too. But yeah, and my S. repens isn't doing so hot. I'm hoping it's just kind of some dieback. I maybe should have just left it alone instead of I messed with it. So I took it out, I trimmed some more so that it was closer to the substrate and looked more like a carpet. And I don't know if this is just because, you know, it's new to my aquarium and that's just kind of, you know, because melting is normal, but I mean, it had been doing good for, I want to say, I can't even remember, probably a week to 2 weeks. I didn't see anything. And then after I trimmed it lower, it started kind of melting and getting spots and just looking all around kind of gross. But on some of the stuff that is melting, there is some new growth that looks pretty good. So I'm hoping, like right there, that's some new growth that looks decent. Oh, my timer works. So I'm hoping, let's turn this on here to just regular. So I'm hoping that it kind of comes back. I mean, I don't know how much I love it as like a carpeting thing. Maybe I'll like it more once it grows in. I'm not 100% sure, but being a low-tech tank, I thought I'd give it a try. So let's kind of see what's going on here. Dwarf aquarium lily is really doing well. Got some really good growth there, and it's getting taller. Though it does have some algae growing on it, that's kind of driving me nuts. But I'm not 100% sure if there's anything to be done with that. So I'm just going to do a little bit of glass cleaning here. Get some of the algae out. And I will leave the algae on the rest of the glass just to have for the snails. But I think I got most of that pretty good. And I do have kind of the water level a little bit lower. Just because I don't know, I didn't get a ton of mystery snails, so the likelihood of them being, you know, I don't know what the likelihood of them being of breeding, you know, male and female for breeding. I don't know if it's super likely, but just in case the water level is a little bit lower, it probably needs to be lower, but I don't know. We'll see how this works. So here is that coral moss out of the bag. Oops. So I am just going to maybe trim it a little bit, you know, into smaller sections so I can put it on the driftwood there. And there are my snails. Starting to come out a little bit. So that's kind of exciting to finally have an addition. I think I do want to go the shrimp route, but the problem is I put that fluval stratum in there and it lowers the pH. When I first put it in there, and I think before it really actually affected anything, my water was perfect for Neocaridina. Now it's more in the Caridina range, but the TDS is still at like 300. And so I don't know if that is a big deal, as long as like GH and KH and all of that stuff matches. I'm not 100% sure, but I did really want to go the Neocaridina route. So that's kind of disappointing. I mean, like the Caridina, that's still cool, but I'd really wanted to get a bunch of different colors of the Neocaridina, put them in there, and just see what kind of cool things that could happen. You know, I have heard that they may throw some wilds and stuff in there, but I just wanted to experiment, even if all I got was a bunch of wild type colors, and you know, that would have been fine too. I just wanted to see, kind of learn and figure out, you know, how that works myself. So I'm a little disappointed, and I'm kind of far along to where I don't know that I want to take everything out and switch to a different substrate. I don't know. So I'm gonna just kind of keep doing what I'm doing and think about it a little bit more and see if, you know, it changes. I don't know how long that this substrate, you know, has that low pH lowering capabilities and stuff. There's Lola. She likes to eat plants, so we'll move those and hopefully she'll move along soon. But she's pretty cute, so so yeah, that's kind of my plan for today. I'm going to trim this probably, and then let's see if I can do this one-handed. Probably not, so I'll come back once I get that cut. All right, so here's everything cut, and I'm just, I think, going to super glue everything, and I don't know if there's a wrong side or a right side. Looks like it's all kind of the same, so we'll stick some of this gel super glue on here. All right, so we're in business. I got it working now, so let's see if I can get this in here and on where I want it to be. Oops, a little bit came off. Yeah, so I think I like that. You can kind of see. So I might do some right there, and then maybe one up here, and kind of spread it out a little bit. So we will do this section here. And maybe right here. Oops, that's a little farther back than I wanted, but we'll just go with it and leave it there. So that one's kind of big. Do I want to cut it? Let's try it. Now we will, let's try right here. That might be cool. You kind of see, I don't know if that showed up very well because I got the glare, of course, but it's down there. Now let's go to this one. And let's do up here. And I did rinse this. I got this off Aquabed. So I just rinsed it, and it had sat in that bag for overnight. And And yeah, so hopefully this does well in my aquarium. It was sold as coral moss. The picture looked a little bit different. So I'm hoping this is actually, you know, coral moss, but you know, maybe it'll look different once it's kind of in the aquarium and has grown out a little bit in here. So we'll see. All right, so we've got this little itty bitty section, and maybe I will go right there somewhere. We'll try that and see if this itty bitty guy grows. Oop. All right, so of course it's stuck, but that worked. Oop. Oh no, it broke apart. Probably because I have got it glued to my tweezers here. So maybe that one's just a casualty. We'll just call it good. And oop, there we go. Oops, and of course I'm all crooked. I really need to get a tripod. This isn't always the easiest to maneuver. You know, just because it takes up a hand. So there is the results. Snails are out and about. Aren't they cute? I like kind of the patterns on their skin and how this one looks really kind of orangey and maybe slightly neon. So they're really cute, and I've seen them doing some like parasnailing, I think Rachel O'Leary called it, and I don't know if that's like the term or just what she calls it, but I hope I see a little bit of that action going on. So I've got a good chunk of algae on that guy, and some of this water sprite isn't looking so good. I don't know if I should cut it off or if it'll kind of come back. I'm new to this whole planted tank business, so I'm not 100% what I should or shouldn't do. So some of it's doing good up here. There's some new roots forming and it's starting to kind of come to the surface. So overall, things are going really well, I think, hopefully. The Nana Petite, I've got some new leaves on there, so that's pretty exciting. And hopefully this moss will do good. I'm pretty excited about this moss, and hopefully it'll kind of spread, and even if it's not the coral moss that I thought it was, that's okay too. I don't mind. So here is an update on my Shelly tank, and so far everyone is doing really well. So there's not much changes. I'm hoping they'll start to breed at some point here. Little Finn wants to say hi. But I've only had them for I think 3 weeks, so I'm not in a rush, and they may be too small. I'm not 100% since I've never really kept these before. I'm not sure if they're kind of at full size yet. I know they're small, but we'll see. So, but they're super cute and they're a ton of fun to watch. And I did add some plants at the top there, and they are growing really well. When I got them, they didn't have the roots that they have now, so I'm really excited about that. And I bought them as dwarf aquarium or dwarf lettuce, and I'm not sure if that's what they are. They don't really look like the pictures, but either way, I just want them to get rid of some nitrates, or help with it anyways. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I had wanted to do plants, but with the way they moved the sand around, realized that just wasn't possible. So this was my solution.